guests, delegates, tech enthusiasts.
Go and do it, something crazy. Here is a prove it to me. Are you the lowest bidder? And do I have the right connection with you? So that is not the way to build the industry. What I'm trying to say that we have to maybe create a sandbox of development of ICT sector. I'm going to use in a technical way, and then allow at least a small sandbox where we can say, demonstrate, yes, why not Nepal? If Bangalore can do, Hyderabad can do. I had seen Hyderabad growing, and I'm going to stop here, that how Chandrababu Naidu did it. He took a challenge of shifting focus from Bangalore. It was the year 2000. Hyderabad, ground up, he built it. Today, Hyderabad is one of the top.
Yeah, thank you. And in fact, this also reminds me of this one important thing. Sorry, Jabur, we're going to come to you in just a second. Example of Hyderabad, of course, and the role of the government there. One of the things also about the Indian IT story in some ways, what a lot of people may often forget is how closely tied it was to the nuclear program and the space program in India. And at that time, in the 50s, as you know, India just got independent in 1947, and a few years later, there were already satellites being constructed in that country and being launched. And as you know, today, India is among the big commercial providers as well of space launch services in the world. There were lots of questions being raised at that time, that is this a worthwhile investment? But it was a kind of visionary mindset that I think pays off, whether it is to do with the private sector and enabling those entrepreneurs and innovators, or it is to do with creating the right kind of environment and investing in the people, really, to build up that kind of ecosystem there. Sorry, Jabur, we took a bit of the stage away from you. Over to you to talk a little bit about foreign investment, private investment. Over to you.
I still think that discussion was very valuable, because it's not about black or white, and it's not about is it important or is it not important. I think foreign direct investment is important. Is it critical? Not necessarily, but is it important? Yes. We know all these good cases around the world, India, China, Dubai, Singapore, Saudi Arabia. Don't they have money? They have a lot of money, right? And are they still hunting for the investor? They do. So it's not only about the money attraction, which is pretty much as an oxygen, I would say a shot of adrenaline into the economy, right? We need investment to make sure that we move fast and we won't be behind. But what is more important, what comes along with the foreign direct investment is obviously the expertise. It's a different point of view, and this is what actually makes it more lucrative, because it becomes a more strategic investment into the future. I mean, Ncell has a great story. I mean, again, I'm repeating myself, but when Nordic company came here, there have been a lot of know-how. A lot of people who work as of today in Ncell, they've been trained by European standards. And that is the quality that is cascaded down to the customers, right? And every Nepali is getting equally good, that is doubtable now, but equally good quality of service with LTE. Now the job is to make sure, and my job as a CEO is to make sure that I attract not only investments from my shareholders as a capex that's required for this business, but I also invite the know-how from the rest of the world. We recently signed this MOU with Etisalat, which is almost #1 brand in the region. So it's not about investing money, it's about the skills, it's about access to the knowledge that we as a company have, and obviously country as Nepal should keep the door open for those things that we as a country can benefit, right? But the question was two parts. It's the importance of the foreign investment, which is pretty much important from two point of view, financial and expertise-wise, and the second is what are the obstacles, you said, no? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me take a long note I have. No, but then, listen, guys. Ncell, and not only Ncell, industry, telecom industry, ICT industry, undervalued, underestimated, and neglected to a certain extent. I'm glad we're having this panel. I hope it's going to be the next year or whenever these panels will be more, because this is important. Nepali people deserve to have access to the latest technology. And if we're not going to take care of the main players, those who are taking care of industry, we're putting the future into the risk. So obviously, obstacles, plenty of them. We have a new chairperson of in NTA. We have a minister who is very advanced. And I'm looking forward with a very much of optimism that we can overcome. Difficult times create strong leaders, and I think we have them in place. We just need to be bold in making those decisions, having this dialogue.